Come on. Come on. I'm really annoyed. Oh, wait. Is it possible? Give me a minute.
Lizzie Andrews, 6'5", sophomore, solid block right at the attack line. You can see Hampton just got caught by surprise, but you can just see the two-hand flush going down by number 11.
Lizzie Andrew been a big-time impact since she stepped on campus last year, just in her second campaign here at Stanford as a sophomore. Sophie Hampton, by the way, the starters, Zoe Barrett, Lauren Shutter, Julia Bollinger, Jackie Taylor, Maddie May, and Chelsea Thorpe for the Tar Heels. Back to Hampton again. Blocked again! Andrew and Harvey, what a duo!
And Jennifer Lizzie Andrew, the sophomore from Richfield, Washington. She's a force from the blocker spot as she ranks 9th in the nation and hitting percentage just over 43.5% in 2025.
Andrew, a blocking machine, able to register the points as well. The back set, the one hand. Pushed over by Andrew. Roll shot. Free ball opportunity for Carolina. Back set, over to Thorpe. They got the touch and the point.
Great play there by Chelsea Thorpe, able to look on the outside. You can see the finish she had from the right, able to hit that corner spot.
Thorpe back-to-back matches with double-digit kills in the 5 sets, and the ace falls in. Second one of the night for North Carolina. This time it's Jackie Taylor.
Talk about having some luck there. Jackie Taylor, sophomore from Miami, one of the best blockers in the ACC, tying the lead in the conference, but can definitely rack up the service sets whenever she gets in that rotation.
There's Rubin, she'll go wide, so North Carolina will retake the lead 5-4 here early in the first set.
Yeah, cost a mistake there for Stanford, not able to keep it going there. Just a little bit too much by Ilya Rubin on that one.
Service error from Taylor will even it back up at 5. A needed side out for the Cardinal.
Good for them to get that point back. Nice way to even up the set, kind of get the confidence balanced out. Stakes are high on both ends in this match.
Harvey in the top 5 all time for aces per set. But the point gonna happen from her teammates. Stanford now with the lead, 6 to serve 5 with Harvey still at the line.
Yeah, Logan Parks getting one herself. Nice setup there, right at the attack line.
Add another ace to the tally, right on cue. Jordan Harvey number 4 in all time with ace per set coming into this, .33. She adds another one.
Yeah, Jordan Harvey, solid on the serve there. Is Zoe Barrett gave us a front row seat, couldn't keep it in. A little bit of a struggle.
There's a back set to Thorpe. Big time dig by Etzler, and it goes out. Big swing from Chelsea Thorpe. Keeps Carolina in it. They're back within 1.
You got to appreciate the awareness that the Tar Heels show on that play there, just kind of knowing that it's a little bit sloppy on the delivery back from Stanford and just kind of let it go. It's all about patience, it's all about composure in a match like this.
Sienna Kaza, the freshman, the reigning ACC Freshman of the Week at the line. There's Rubin with the tip. Great dive by Kaza. Here's Hampton. Harvey has it. Just at the net. Putting it down. Lainey Smith. She'll tally 1. Tied up again at 7.
Lainey Smith, solid play on her end. Great way to stay up front. Solid kill for her.
Service continues with Kaza. Big time swing. Carolina trying to keep it alive, but the Cardinal once again take the advantage.
Lizzie Andrew swatting that one with conviction. You just see that Maddie May was not ready for it.
Elia Rubin now to serve, recently named a semifinalist for National Player of the Year watch list. Very elite group, 10 from the ACC, and a big swing there from Chelsea Thorpe once again.
Solid play is actually Lainey Smith.
Lainey Smith.
Where's 23? Able to work her way from the right.
Lainey Smith and Chelsea Thorpe both tied for a match-high 2 kills so far tonight. There's a big swing from the Cardinal. Jordan Harvey, Air Jordan, back at it again. That's her first kill this evening.
Solid maneuver by Jordan Harvey. Able to go down the middle and find some action over in the corner. And I think what North Carolina's going to have to do to protect and keep this a game close, this first set close, you got to work more from the back.
Coco Kirsch. Lauren Shutter will add another one to the board for Carolina. It just continues to be back and forth in this top 15 matchup.
Both of these squads aren't going to give an inch, Jenna. You know that these are 2 high-powered offenses. You know, they're going to do everything they can to keep their matches close. And for North Carolina, you know, they've had some bad history here in Stanford.
Erica Sayer trying to continue that history, as she will get Stanford to double digits with her first of the night. Stanford does own the overall record so far between these two squads, 3-1. Those have all been in Chapel Hill, all sweeps. There's Parks, over to Blashaw. Big time dig from Hampton. Roll shot from Pierce. Cardinal recover. Here's Blashaw again, and it's long. Carolina will not go away. We're tied at double digits.
Julia Blashaw, wish she could have that one back. That would have been a nice kill there.
Blashaw tied for a team high 9 kills against Wake Forest the last time out. What a swing from Erica Sayer. Her second, now a team high.
Yeah, Maddie May just having a rough first set already. You know, that's the second time we've seen that kind of play happen to her, just not really getting set like on the pass back.
Blashaw now to serve. The tip. Set up for Harvey. Roll shot. There's the back set over to Pierce. Handled by Parks. Stanford survives. There's Thorpe. She's shut down. She'll set it up this time from the back row for Hampton, and it's going to find the floor. Safi Hampton her second kill tonight.
Yeah, Sophie Hampton with a solid kill. Like, great job for Chelsea Thorpe to keep it going on the set from the left, delivering in the middle. Got an 11-11 first set here.
All tied up. Bollinger back at the line. She started things off for the Tar Heels tonight. Here's Rubin. Sort of a joust at the net. Fell in. The Cardinal, they're going to take that all day.
Hey, why not? I mean, Rubin, we're out there on the net just giving it a little kiss over the net. You know, let me just reach one out over you, drop it in the cookie jar.
Mentioned Rubin's on that semifinal list for the AVCA Player of the Year award for a reason. Here's Parks over to Rubin. May trying to set up Thorpe, and she gets it done. A dozen apiece for North Carolina.
Yeah, Chelsea Thorpe having herself a solid first set. She's already with the team high with 3 kills on 5 total attacks.
Match high, 3 kills for Chelsea Thorpe. There's Parks over to Rubin. She gets another one. Right as I said that, she's tied for match high with 3 kills now.
Yeah, Elliot Rubin just doing it all. She could kill you softly, and she could kill you deadly.
Certainly can. Here's Jordan Harvey. Over to Hampton. Gets the touch on the block and the point. Back at 13 apiece.
Yeah, it's like the seesaw on the playground. Just goes up and down. You know, North Carolina just doing a solid job. And, you know, we noticed that there hasn't been too many rallies being showcased. Like, every play has been mad quick. I mean, it was within like a 10 to 15 second spread, really.
There's Parks to Rubin. Shut down by Shutter. Lauren Shutter was all over it there to give North Carolina the lead once again. And it's interesting because these two teams coming into this, North Carolina leading the ACC in opponent hitting percentage at the lowest, blocks per set, overall blocks. Stanford leading in kills per set and overall hitting percentage. So best on best. Smith with the big swing, and she'll get another one. 3 Tar Heels now with 3 kills apiece. Smith, Thorpe, and Hampton. And we'll take a break here as North Carolina has inched a little bit further. 2-point lead, 15-13 over Stanford here at Maples Pavilion. Back at it here in Maples Pavilion, number 15, North Carolina, leading number 5 Stanford 15-13 here in the first set. Last year, the Cardinals swept the Tar Heels in Chapel Hill. First trip out to Stanford for North Carolina this year. There's Rubin. First point out of the timeout goes to the Cardinal. Elliot Rubin now with a match-high 4 kills.
That was much needed for the Cardinal. And just one thing to note here, Jenna, Stanford, they're highly ranked, top 10 in the nation in assists per set, and they've already have accumulated 7 so far in this first set, so a little bit shy. They're going to need to pick it up.
Kaza to Hampton going for the back line, but goes a little too far. Cardinal now 15 to tie it up here with the Tar Heels. Elliot Rubin to serve. Over to Hampton. Overpowers the block. Sophie Hampton now tied for a match high 4 kills tonight.
And Sophie Hampton again from the left side, just not using too much power on her shot there. Able to work the front line very well.
She tied her career high with 22 kills against number 7 SMU in that top 10 win last week. There's a big swing there from Julia Blashoff. She blasts off. That's her first kill.
One thing about Julia Blashoff in the last match against Wake Forest, her and Lizzie Andrew combined for 18 kills, like 9 total apiece. So you can see that they're trying to have that double team action whenever it's necessary.
Service error from Stanford will give the edge to North Carolina once again. And to your point, Philip, Andrew hit 643, did not have any attack errors at all against Wake Forest, and Blashoff 364. Maddie May with the serve. Over to Blashoff with the tip. Set up for Pierce, dug up by Etzler. Big swing, and the block in effect. A team that's leading the ACC in blocks per set. North Carolina gets one. 18 serving 16. Big set over to Blashoff, looking for the back corner, and she's going to find the point.
Julia Blashoff, all about quality, not quantity with that one, just giving it a little touch over the 2 blockers of North Carolina. Able to find a gap and use it, kind of getting that back line discombobulated.
A career year so far for Julia Blashoff. That's going to fall in. And North Carolina gets the luck of the draw.
And able to find a little bit of luck there at the front. Let's see, it doesn't really take that much to get over, and Jackie Taylor able to put a little bit of finesse right up there on the attack.
Parks over to Harvey in the middle. Here's Pierce off the block. Parks saves it. Here's Blashoff again. Off the block once more. The back set to Thorpe. And the first to 20, the North Carolina Tar Heels. They now lead by 3. That's the largest lead that we have seen here in the first set.
Tar Heels on a roll here, up by 3, and they're in the driver's seat right now. Stanford trying to turn the script here, but North Carolina in a good spot.
Tar Heels are led by head coach Mike Schall in his 3rd season at the helm. 53-26 overall during his time, but really his 8th season overall. He was on staff with UNC for 5 years prior to taking the head coaching gig. North Carolina last year finished in the 2nd round, losing to the overall #1 seed Penn State in the NCAA tournament, but they did get the win over Yale in the 1st round. That was the first one they had gotten in nearly a decade. Stanford, on the other hand, lost in the regional final to Louisville ACC foe. It was their 43rd appearance in the NCAA tournament, their 18th regional final since 1998.
And you just think about how the table is set up as we're winding down to the end of the season. It's a 4-team fight for first place. Stanford, Pitt, Louisville, and Stanford's opponent tonight, North Carolina, all underneath a blanket and trying to secure that regular season title. And it's going to be a car crash towards the end, Jenna. I mean, you just think about how much parity there's been all year. Both of these teams tonight with some implications coming in, just knowing what's at stake. But, you've just got to think about how it's going to end in the end when the smoke clears.
Both teams outperforming what they were predicted to do in the ACC preseason poll. Stanford was picked 3rd out of the 18 teams in the conference. North Carolina was picked 5th. As mentioned, Stanford tied for 1st right now. North Carolina right behind them. There's Blashoff at the net. Barrett with the back set. Chelsea Thorpe gets the point. The momentum coming out of the timeout sticks with North Carolina.
Solid set piece there for North Carolina, able to set it up coming out of the timeout. Always want to build that momentum after a short break.
There's the response. Erica Sayer gets the kill.
And Mike Shaw had a front row seat from that kill. See Erica Sayer working from that right, giving Mike Shaw an early Christmas gift.
Cardinal coming off a 4-match road trip. Now starting off a 5-match homestand here at Maples, where they have been dominant. 108 wins to just 13 losses here at Maples under head coach Kevin Hambley. They'll chip away and come back within 2.
Yeah, just think about Kevin Hambley for the success that he has had. 17th overall in 2025 with a 377 career win total and those two national titles, hoping to grab another one this year.
Big dig from Pringle, who's in the match. That's off the block for the Cardinal. Harvey tooling the block this time.
You got a gift there, Jenna.
Oh, he did. That one came right to us. We were ready for it. I'm proud of us.
Yeah, well, Jordan Harvey able to deliver it past the 2 blockers. Thorpe not able to get a touch on there. Taylor not clean enough either. You can just see Jordan Harvey trying to outsize the 2 bigs at the front.
Jordan Harvey with her 2nd kill, hitting .286. Cardinal are led by Lizzie Andrew. Just the 1 kill so far, but 500. On the flip side, leading the way in the match overall, Chelsea Thorpe for North Carolina. She's hitting .714, a match-high 5 kills. She also has an assist and a dig in her back pocket. And then Lainey Smith, 3 kills, hitting .600 so far with a couple of blocks.
Yeah, all-around performance by the squad, and you can just see it's a match and a half between these 2, and for whoever could get through this first set, it's going to be quite a battle, and they'll probably deserve a medal just by getting through the first, because it's going to be a long night, Jen, I'm telling you. But you got to love the effort that's being shown by Stanford, of course, with Elia Rubin, doing a solid job with the 4 kills of 11 total attacks, but just being overpowered. They have to find a way to stop Chelsea Thorpe, who's leading the way on North Carolina's side with 5 kills so far in the set. But it's going to be interesting to see what kind of momentum is going to get swung between these 2 squads.
And give a lot of credit to North Carolina for the energy they've brought coming into Maples. Talked about how tough it is to play here. Stanford was 14-0 at home last year. They only dropped 3 sets in 2024. Coming in now, 22-1 at home. In the last 2 seasons combined, they've only dropped 9 sets overall. So here's a battle at the end of the first set. Thorpe, and that's dug up by Parks. There's a free ball opportunity for the Tar Heels. Shut down! The freshman and the senior right next to each other, putting up the wall.
Double team action. Well, that set there, you gotta love it, that play. Great job at the front. Stanford on a 3-0 scoring run right now with that one.
And it just ends right there with the service error. Tough timing. It was tied at 21 apiece. Now North Carolina will once again take the lead, 22-21.
Yeah, just when you think you have momentum on your side, it goes away at a snap of a finger.
Stanford out hitting North Carolina right now, 258-194. Here's Harvey. Barrett. Shut down again. Add another block to the tally.
Hey, Elia Rubin just denying access right there at the front on Chelsea Thorpe. Trying to get even with her. You can just see the verticality that she possesses as a player. No surprise of why she's in the running for a National Player of the Year award.
Lifeblood of this team, as is Hampton. Trying to get the point there. Trying to get the block, but it's going to fall in. The crowd here at Maples is starting to get fired up for the Cardinal.
And when you do have the crowd behind you, it adds more fuel to your efforts. And with Jordan Harvey on that play there, she made a statement trying to get Stanford close to that first set win. And you could just see how much energy is being generated in the building right now, Jenna. Maples is alive. You know, Stanford's feeling alive. North Carolina on the ropes right now.
It's a tough one. That's why we're seeing these timeouts strategically being called late in this first set. Both teams know the momentum will sit with whoever is able to take this first one. Again, only 9 sets have been dropped here at Maples by Stanford in the last 2 seasons combined. This would be just the 10th if North Carolina can pull it out, but they are behind by 1. They've actually been in control more so than not here in the first set. But the Cardinals seem to have a late first set surge going for them right now.
They're going to do everything they can to keep it going. You got to love what they're bringing to the table tonight. I'm sure Coach Hambley has to be impressed by the way that his squad has been performing in this first set, but you got to think about what it's going to look like in the long run the rest of the way. North Carolina, they didn't just come out from Chapel Hill for a nice view or a nice trip to the Bay Area and to rack up some hotel points and some flyer miles. They're trying to get out of here with a win tonight.
Absolutely right. A group actually has 14 kills on the night in total. Stanford just with 13. Fairly evenly matched, 14 digs apiece. Barrett cross court to Hampton, and that goes long. The Cardinals' momentum continues as it's now set point here at Maples. Fans are on their feet.
Well, here we go. It's going to be quite a finish. Crowd is up.
Spencer Etzler. In there for the ace. What a way to finish it. The freshman getting it done to get the win, 25-22 in set number 1. A top 15 matchup has not disappointed so far.
Right on there, Jenna. Spencer Etzler just putting one right there on the side, able to wrap up the first set. You got to love what you're seeing for the Cardinal, trying to come out tonight and put North Carolina in their place.
The Cardinal hitting 273 as a group. They held North Carolina to 128, but if the first set is any indication, we're in for a great one coming up in the second set. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Maples Pavilion. Stanford leading North Carolina 1-0. Jenna Becerra here alongside my partner Philip Hall will take us through the second set.
All right, thank you, Jenna. Stanford getting the first one down. 2 more to go, and hopefully they can get it done quick against the Tar Heels here tonight. They will have the first serve. Now the game is Anna Pringle. Stanford getting the first one to go their way. No kill necessary. A little bit too much mustard on the kill shot.
I was curious to see who would come out of the break, right? What the adjustments are going to be, who's going to take the momentum first.
Pringle delivers. May able with the dig. Thorpe getting over the line. Here comes Stanford on the set. Way too powerful is Elia Rubin keeping it going.
Rubin's starting to get going. She's got a match high 5 kills right now. She's hitting 250. That number has gradually been going up and to the right, in the right direction.
Here come the Tar Heels now. Hampton keep that one going and able to get another one there. Rubin 2 for 2 so far on the attacks.
Elia Rubin just continues to impress, and what Kevin Hambley talks about with her too is obviously her physical ability, but it's the senior leadership that she brings, an impact since the first day she stepped on campus, and it's really showing this year.
Cardinal up to a 3-0 start here in the second set, but Chelsea Thorpe says, I'm putting one up for myself.
A ton of credit to Chelsea Thorpe. She's tied for the match high with 6 kills, hitting .455 for this North Carolina team. She has been that spark plug that has kept them in it.
There's North Carolina on the set, just raises the net. So it's going to go to the Tar Heels.
That's a tough one.
Yeah,
but if you're North Carolina, you'll take it, right?
Take anything you can. Of course, these sets have been battles so far. Look at Jordan Harvey. Another solid kill there by the junior out of Salt Lake City.
And that's going to be the key in this match as well as we continue. How do people answer after conceding a point, right? So Stanford right away, they missed that point. It was a tough play, and they come right back on the attack right after that.
There's a little pause. They're trying to clean up the wet spot that Chelsea Thorpe was standing in. As you can see the camera posting on their white Nikes, trying to make sure you can stay firm. Go Stanford on the serve, courtesy of Essler, who ended the first set on an ace. He's up there at the attack trying to set it up. Digs in the middle. Rubin with a little kiss, but a nice dig out there by Carolina trying to keep the rally going. Rubin having to put more velocity on that one. That's vertical violence.
Elia Rubin's rhythm just continues. Excellent pancake from North Carolina, but taking back control in that moment, the senior, once again.
Stanford up on a 5-2 run here. Again, the first set, we're taking a quick break, but Jenna already out the gate. Stanford not slowing down at all. Like they must have left the brake pedal at home, but it doesn't matter because they are at home. So North Carolina trying to find out where the gas is, but how are they going to keep this momentum going as the set prolongs?
Well, and that's why we talked about, too, the end of that first set was going to be so key for whoever was going to be able to roll that momentum here into the second set. Stanford not only getting the win in set number 1, but the way they did it with the ace from Spencer Etler as well. Maples erupted. They have a ton of energy right now. And again, they lead the ACC in kills per set. They lead the ACC as a group in hitting percentage. They're a tough offense to stop, even if you are the ACC leaders in blocks per set like North Carolina.
And the Friday night fever definitely being present and shown here on the farm. But of course, you just think about the high stakes in this matchup. Top 15 on both sides, but Stanford continuing to hold the edge, trying to run away with the ACC, but it's like you're on a ranch and you're getting thrown the lasso. Stanford has everybody trying to hunt them down, trying to pull them back.
And they've been number 5 for 4 straight weeks. Top 6 all season long in the national poll. That is not just excellence, but sustained excellence, right? And that's what you're looking for.
Here's Essler on the serve. There's a setup for Thorpe. Saved out back by Pringle. Little touch flick, and it's going to get tipped over. Yeah, talk about a run that this Stanford squad is on.
It's a good read by Lizzie Andrew, too. She pushes it out further. A little too aggressive from Zoe Barrett, trying to make a play on that.
It's a 3-0 run that Stanford find himself on. Make that 4-0 to number 5, Harvey.
Jordan Harvey. Air Jordan, there's a perfect example of what we've seen from her entire career. Now with 5 kills, that's second in the match, .455 on her own.
Well, she is the cousin of an NBA star, so you got to think where she gets that verticality from. With North Carolina getting a point back. Mentioning with Jordan Harvey, she's the cousin of Denver Nuggets star Aaron Gordon, who actually tonight is playing against the Bay Area's favorite Golden State Warriors in the NBA Cup. So you just think about, no offense to Warrior fans, but Jordan Harvey trying to get a win just like how Aaron Gordon's trying to get a win tonight.
They both have business meetings, if you will, this evening.
Here comes Stanford on the set. Harvey with a little touch over the line. Give her some more. Make that 8-3 Stanford in the set.
Harvey was all ACC second team last year. In just the first season Stanford was a part of this conference. She's making a case for herself once again this season.
Sophie Hampton tried to go for it, but blocked at the attack line. Another setup for Lizzie Andrew, but a little bit too much muscle on the shot there. North Carolina is going to get one back, cutting the deficit in half.
And one key for North Carolina if they want to get things going again, Sophie Hampton, she's got 4 kills, but she's hitting in the negative right now. If they can get her going offensively and then keep feeding it to Thorpe to have that two-headed monster, they're going to be in business.
Another point goes for the Tar Heels. Lauren Shooter, courtesy of that. North Carolina getting it within 3.
Shutter's been a presence at the net in general. A couple of blocks tonight. She had a career-high 13 blocks against Pitt in that 5-set heartbreaker last time out for North Carolina.
Parks on the set. Rubin right at Maddie May, but a good stop there, able to save it. Parks trying to tip it over. May in the middle, setting up over on the right for Smith. Blocked at the line. Stanford trying to win this one, but it's going to go in the way of the Baby Blue.
What a rally that we just witnessed. Just ever so slightly wide on that nearly perfect placement. But Carolina already back in it here in the second set.
Hampton on the serve. Oh, good dig there by Pringle. Hampton at the back, keeping it in. So does May. Nice dig there by Etzler, but it's going to land over on the Cardinal side. North Carolina fighting back, starting to run themselves. Make that a 3-0 run. Make it a 4-0 run, actually. Coach Hamlin's going to have to talk this one over. Stanford kind of running out of gas early on here in the second set.
Yeah, the Cardinal still out hitting in this set. North Carolina, they have 267 to 143, but you can tell that the Tar Heels are heating up. It's also taking advantage of the chances. They've been able to do that, and they're just fighting every single play, and this is, it looks like, what they're reviewing right now.
Yeah, so there is a play under review as we are take a quick break here. We'll try to break it down for you as our tech crew giving us a close-up, trying to get it right for the refs. Looks like they're seeing if there's a net violation from what we're seeing. I see Lizzie Andrew at the bottom left of your screen.
And this is one of many angles that the officials are able to take a look at with replay with DV Sport. Video review has just become more and more popular across collegiate athletics in recent years. The technology and the growth that we've seen has been pretty tremendous.
Yeah, very reliable tool in the age of AI, in the age of advanced technology and modern science. And it's glad that we're able to get it here at the collegiate level. So the point's going to go in favor of North Carolina after the review. So now it becomes a 1-point a game here in this set.
And if you're the Tar Heels, you want to take momentum and take energy from any moment that you can. So just getting the call confirmed right there, that might be a little pep in their step that they're looking for.
Hampton on the serve. There's the setup. Harvey trying to tip it over. Maddie May keeping it going, trying to set it up for her outside hitter. Rubin like it tipped off the hands, and actually it's going to go to North Carolina. So we got a tie set here inside of Maples.
I believe there was a net violation there. It's something we're familiar with here, tied between these two teams.
Harvey trying to get that lead back. She uses the hit stick. How about Jordan Harvey having herself a set, huh, Jenna?
Jordan Harvey heating up. She now tied Elia Rubin with a match-high 7 kills. She's hitting 500, plus a couple digs, plus 3 blocks, plus an ace.
Hampton up the middle. Oh, Harvey with a little bit of a two-hand a pass there. Parks trying to set it up and not able to get to it as Etzler. North Carolina able to even it up at 9-9.
There's that blocking potential that we knew about from North Carolina, just putting the wall up. They have 4 blocks now as a team on this match.
You just think overall, by the way that North Carolina is looking tonight, their hit percentage hasn't really been that high. Like 118% so far in the current set compared to Stanford's 150. But the thing is, you know, they're still kind of having those quality kills whenever they can find them. Oh, and Safi Hampton just turning the ball into a spectator that time, and then thrown by surprise by that spike by Lizzie Andrew.
Some power behind that swing and great effort from Kaza, but no way she had enough time to run after it. Lizzie Andrew, so effective. She's got 3 blocks tonight and 3 kills.
Stanford and Safi Hampton showing good volleyball IQ that time, just letting it bounce outside the corner. Once again, now a 10-10 set. They're going point for point, band for band, like Lil Baby in Central C. There's Zoe Barrett on the serve for the Tar Heels. Logan Parks setting it up. Oh, nice dig there by Hampton, diving on the floor, doing the dirty work. Chelsea Thorpe finishing it off with the kill.
Great job tooling the block on this one. In the middle, getting the touch, and she's fired up. Chelsea Thorpe should be. She's still hitting 429 with 7 kills.
Etzler in the middle. Flash off, sending it to the right, but North Carolina getting that one back. They now have a lead here, up 12-10.
Yeah, Parks was giving it a go there, trying on the attack. Doesn't quite connect. So North Carolina, you said it. Now with the advantage. This started off very differently early on in the second set, but that's how quickly it can change.
After Mike Shaw has to be impressed by what he sees, but you gotta be more impressed by that kill by Erica Sayer. Puts that one on the board.
That's number 4. She's hitting a perfect 1,000 right now. No errors yet so far, and 4 total attacks. They just have so many weapons, this Stanford team.
Thorpe trying to push through that wall there that Stanford built. Chelsea Thorpe already with 8 kills in the match total on 15 total attacks with a hit percentage of 467. She has just been a standout tonight. Taylor Yu now comes into the game trying to set up right at the front. Here she goes again. And able to give it up to Erica Sayer as she gets another kill.
Seamless. Taylor Yu right away setting it up in the middle. Of course, we see the freshman Logan Parks in that role. We've seen Taylor Yu in that role. The depth that this Stanford team has is truly impressive.
So Anna Pringle, the senior out of La Jolla, she'll set up for the serve for the Cardinal. Hampton with a little tip right over on her side. Oh, almost deja vu by Stanford, but the rally stays. Too much mustard on the kill. Stanford getting a point back.
That was big time for Stanford to survive. They don't give up here. They let that one go long. That was a really great read.
So that puts us back even at 13 all. Pringle with a net grazer. Hampton trying to get it down. Esser with the dig. Jordan Harvey. And trying to keep it on tonight.
Jordan Harvey and Chelsea Thorpe have been the leaders on these teams offensively. Just Harvey hitting 500, Thorpe 467, 8 kills apiece.
Oh, Thorpe. Boom, she's fired up after that kill.
I think she heard me say they were tied at 8, so she's like, no, I'm going to go for number 9 right now.
Talking about slaying the play. That was all her on that set.
She's now hitting 500 after that, too.
Here's you on the set. And spiking that one to oblivion. Erica Sayer. Once again, it's the Sayer show.
Oh, hitting 833, by the way. Now 857 after that 6th kill. The angles of her swings when they find the floor. Truly incredible.
Zessler on the serve. Sophie Hampton not able to keep it in, just a little bit out. Cardinal get one.
The pendulum continues to swing back and forth between these two teams. Just a little bit wide there.
Zessler to Hampton on the serve. Too much English there by Sophie Hampton. Another costly mistake by the Tar Heels as Stanford is starting to pull away. They're up by 3 here in this set as we're going to take a quick break. But you can just see, you know, like when you start to realize how much momentum you can build, how much you can try to pull away, you're going to do what you can to keep it going.
100%. And if anything, it's who's going to come out with the most energy after this timeout.
Yeah, and so far in this one, Stanford up with 26 kills on the match. North Carolina 20, but it's going to be an interesting finish to this set.
It is, 5 blocks for Stanford, 4 for North Carolina. Overall in the match, North Carolina hitting 109, but they're under 100 here in this set. Stanford 254 overall, 233 here in this set. They've pretty consistently been out hitting North Carolina, but the Tar Heels have been able to get points in other ways too with the blocks, and they've also spread the wealth a little bit. Chelsea Thorpe has led the way, absolutely. Sophie Hampton is, as the SID Alex told us, she is the straw that stirs the drink for this North Carolina team. She's got 4 kills, and then Lainey Smith too. A little under the radar, but hitting 429 with 3 kills as well.
Yeah, Lainey Smith trying to show out herself. Sophomore, born and raised right on Tobacco Road in Durham. Well, she decided to go to the lighter blue side and not the dark blue side, who Stanford are actually going to see tomorrow. Duke is going to be walking into Maples Pavilion. Stanford have a back-to-back.
They do, quick turnaround. Tar Heels were able to have a team dinner at Erin Curtis's house. Her family, she's from Los Altos. She was able to host this group, had a bunch of barbecue and everything. So that's one of the fun things as well about being able to travel to so many different places, especially in the ACC.
There go back from the break and right out of the gate. Like Lizzie Andrew is going to be awarded that one. I think there's a little bit of discussion with her and Elia Rubin. It's like, is that my point or your point?
Well, they both rack them up.
Oh, Thorpe getting denied access right at the net. No entry.
That's the thing about Elia Rubin. She can rack up the kills, but she can also bring the roof down. 7 blocks now for the Cardinals. She's got the most next to Lizzie Andrew.
Talk about keeping it going. Jordan Harvey, kill number 9 on the night.
Jordan Harvey's hitting just a cool 529 now after that. But it's the 3 blocks, the 2 digs, the ace. It's just the versatility that she has and how she contributes to this team.
Stanford on a 6-0 run here in this set. North Carolina losing ground. Thorpe giving over to Yu. Essler setting up Harvey again. Andrew keeping it up. Yu now setting up Rubin. Elia Rubin.
Beautiful swing from the senior. Perfectly set up. Power behind it. Gets the vertical height. Just textbook.
Yeah, she probably wrote the textbook on how to spike. Essler with the delivery. North Carolina finally getting back on the board after a lengthy run by the Cardinal.
And Lauren Shutter, she has been flying under the radar a little bit as well. This is her 3rd kill tonight. She's hitting 500. She also has 3 blocks. She's tied for the team high alongside Lainey Smith.
There you can see Chelsea Thorpe hitting the charger for the Tar Heels, so she's going to get a breather. Oh, Rubin not able to get it past the wall. Lauren Shutter again.
That's the 5th wall that North Carolina has put up against this Stanford attack.
That was a serve from Sienna Kaza, who now comes in for the Tar Heels. But nonetheless, Stanford gets another one. Jordan Harvey, she's been on fire in this match, Jenna.
Double-digit kills, still hitting over 500. She does have one of the 2 aces for this Stanford team.
Shutter on a kill streak here. That's her 3rd one in a matter of plays. Carolina. Bridget Malone gonna do the honors. That one's out. Cardinal gonna get the point.
Carolina has a few aces. Stanford has 2. We've actually seen less service errors in this one than we typically see, at least with the Cardinal. Just 2 for North Carolina and 3 for Stanford.
Here goes Rubin on the serve that time. Good dig there by Harvey. Yu setting up Andrew and tipped off the hands of Sienna Kaza. Lizzie Andrew.
Lizzie Andrew just doing what she does. Just cross court, beautiful.
You just gotta love seeing that play out. She comes from behind on Yu. Yu setting up from behind. Gotta love it.
The slide.
Here's the match point here for Stanford, trying to get it. Yu with the tip. Goes back out. North Carolina on the ropes. Was able to wrap it up and put a bow on it. Julia Blashoff on takeoff mode. able to get it done for the Cardinal. Stanford taking the second set, now up 2-0. Man, they have just been on a run all night. And they got the crowd in it behind them, and they're one set from sweeping and grabbing the broom from the closet and putting it down on the Tar Heels.
And that would be absolutely electric. A top 15 matchup, the implications we've discussed at the top of the ACC standings. If they could bust out the brooms, my goodness, that would be an accomplishment.
Yeah, they're going to see how they're going to favor as we're going to take a quick break, but Stanford able to win the second set 25-17 over North Carolina as a top 15 matchup. Stanford one more set win from getting this Friday night W, as we're going to take a quick break as you're tuned into ACC women's volleyball here inside of Maples Pavilion. And we welcome you back to Maples Pavilion. Stanford up 2-0 against North Carolina. Stanford ranked number 5, North Carolina ranked number 15. Stanford one set win from going for another sweep on the Tar Heels. As I'm going to kick it back over to my partner tonight is Phil Paul on the call alongside Jenna Becerra. Take it away, Jenna.
Thank you, Phil. And yes, this has been a great one so far. The first set, 25-22. The second one, 25-17 in favor of the number 5 team in the country. But it's just another day in the ACC. 2 of the top in the conference, also 2 of the top 15 in the nation. Jordan Harvey leading the way for the Cardinal with 10 kills, hitting .526. Leading the way in terms of blocking, Lizzie Andrew also hitting .500 with 4 kills. And then Chelsea Thorpe has been a spark for this North Carolina team. 9 kills, hitting .316. But then the blockers, Lauren Shutter and Lainey Smith, both with 4 apiece, have been keeping them alive at the net as well.
Yeah, it's a bit of a surprise here, Jenna, but Mike Shaw is not starting Chelsea Thorpe for this set, as the Tar Heel is making a change here, trying to see if they can have some momentum going, as they are on the ropes against Stanford. But they're going to see, it's going to be interesting to see how they can favor with them possibly losing in this one, but they just need to get this one here.
The first one coming from Harvey right over to us. We had to get out of the way over at the announcer's table. Great effort from the Tar Heels, but the point goes to the Cardinals.
Yeah, watch your head next time, Jenna. Jordan Harvey able to open up the set with another kill, and it's been, well, I know she has no relation to Steve Harvey, but it's been the Harvey show tonight as well.
From the back row is Hampton to answer. Exactly the energy the Tar Heels need. That's her 5th tonight.
Sophie Hampton with a much-needed kill, even up for North Carolina. You can see she's coming down the middle, and even Lauren Shutter at the front trying to fake out the blockers on the Cardinal.
May just gets it over the net. Roll shot from Harvey. There's Smith off the block. Net violation is called on Stanford, so the Tar Heels with the lead 2-1. It's a North Carolina team too. They were receiving votes in the preseason national poll. They've been ranked ever since week 2, but it's the first time in the top 15 since the preseason in 2017. And Jordan Harvey making this top 15 team work. She'll add another one. She's got a dozen kills tonight.
Trying to stay on fire. Again, that little soft touch right at the net. Meeting the blockers up front and says, hey, here's your gift. See what you can do with it.
Spencer Etzler to serve. Got a team high 8 digs. That's off the block. Harvey again with the angle. Air Jordan.
Looks like it's just run and gun for Jordan Harvey at this point. You can just see, she was ready to split that gap. Able to put it down, or maybe just putting it a little bit more to her right, but still keeping it in.
3 serving 2 with the Cardinal with the advantage. Here's Pierce. That's off the block. She'll get the point. Haley Pierce, just her 2nd kill tonight in a moment that's crucial for the Tar Heels.
Avery Pierce only with 9 total attacks, but able to get a quality kill on her end, evening up the score here in this set.
Zoe Barrett with the serve. Elia Rubin right down the line, cross court.
And Elia Rubin just turning the volleyball into a punching bag by the way that she has been dominating on her kills.
Harvey with the serve. Inside on the back line, perfectly placed. The Tar Heels answer. Tied again at 4.
Looks like we're getting a substitution for the Tar Heels here.
Julia Bollinger, the sophomore, coming in. She'll go to the service line from Windsor, Colorado. Another athletic family members for the Bollingers. Dad played football professionally. Oh, off the block, miscommunication, and Stanford takes advantage.
And not sure what happened to Jackie Taylor there. She kind of zoned out after that block, and so did Chelsea Thorpe. I mean, you could have had an opportunity to try to get something going here, but Softy Hampton just got caught off guard herself.
Rubin's turn at the line. Right into Lizzie Andrew. Puts up the tower. 7 tonight for Andrew.
Yeah, Lizzie Andrew on the roll. Tough break there by Jackie Taylor once again, taking it off the body.
Service error from Elia Rubin. 4th on the night for the Cardinal. It'll bring the Tar Heels back within 1. There's Jackie Taylor. Back set to Andrew. Big dig. Out of play. Lizzie Andrew with her 5th kill. Continues to be a dual threat.
Great awareness there by Stanford from the back. Just kind of letting that one bounce, not getting too excited on the play. Usually patience pays off, and it did right there.
Coco Kirshen to serve. Here's Hampton, runs right into it. Taylor Yu.
Taylor Yu right at the front. Man, that's nothing but vertical violence, denying access right at the net.
Yu has a dig, a block, as well as 13 assists this evening. Here's Kirsch again. Shutter gets shut down. Erica Sayer answers. Erica has something to say right there. 7 kills.
Yeah, Erica Sayer, her 7 kills being of high quality, able to get that one down the middle, and North Carolina just keeping that attack line pretty open, and when there's a lot of white on the floor, it kind of makes it easier for the Cardinal to spot it.
Hitting 875, and a big-time swing from Chelsea Thorpe. She's been hitting over 300 all match long. Double-digit kills for Chelsea Thorpe. She's now at 350 hitting percentage.
And even with her, I feel like she was due for that one, just trying to build something for the Tar Heels.
Kaza to serve. This is set up from Yu to Blasov. Tools the block. Julia Blasov with her 3rd tonight. Talked about how she's been having a career year in 2025 for Stanford.
Yeah, Julia Blasov, she ended the last set on a kill. Able to build momentum with that one, just getting it past the blockers very well.
The slide from Smith. Lainey Smith gets her 5th kill.
And North Carolina, 10 less kills tonight compared to Stanford.
Sayer runs into it. She'll tool the block and get the point. Subbing in to serve for Stanford, number 3, Anna Pringle, senior out of La Jolla, defensive specialist for this Stanford team. Part of the back-to-back Pac-12 championship teams during her career. And she'll get the ace. Add another one. That's number 3 on the night for number 3.
Yeah, and Anna Pringle didn't have to do too much there. Just gonna put it low, make that attack line, work for it.
Far side, Smith, there's you. At the net, Rubin gets the touch. Elia Rubin now with double digits. The second Cardinal to do so in the kill column.
And that's just something that Elia Rubin, that's her bread and butter. Just able to create that space, able to find an opening. And North Carolina, like their blockers have just been struggling trying to get it past Stanford, or really even trying to keep something off from their end. But you can just tell, Stanford able to find a way, able to find those gaps, and able to, make them work to try to keep it on their end.
Stanford hitting over 900, 909 as a group here in the third set. North Carolina hitting 333. It's a big improvement from the last couple of sets, but Stanford is just through the roof at the moment. Jordan Harvey still leading with 14 kills to Elia Rubin's 10 right behind her, but Erica Sayer hitting 889 individually, 571.
I mean, that 900 is a scary number for Stanford. And hopefully teams, they're watching this game tonight, taking note of that, because, when Stanford brings that kind of energy, it's going to cause problems all across. And you can just see, what that 900 hit percentage does to a team like North Carolina. It gets them on the ropes. It gets them, out of reach. It just doesn't, it's almost like rocket science. You just try to find a way to get it past the blockers, but when you have so much action up at the front the way that the Cardinal do, it makes it a bigger challenge, and the hill, it just keeps getting steeper and steeper for the Tar Heels.
And you pair that with the 10 blocks that Stanford has as well. It's just the presence at the net on both sides has been fantastic.
Nope. On the heel part, the hills,
Carolina's on their Tar Heels now. And the block once again from the Cardinal. That's number 11 this evening. Largest lead we have seen in this match tonight, 14-7. Service error, number 5 on the evening. Much needed side out for Carolina. 8 will serve 14.
I think that's something that North Carolina wanted to have. They wanted to get back in the service.
Over to Smith. Tools the block. Lainey Smith, second on the team with 6 kills now. She's going to be a key to getting this Carolina team back in it.
Yeah, still a lot of ground to make up for the Tar Heels, but it's good that they're having some momentum going their way.
Huge to Sayer. Set up perfectly right in the middle.
And that was made to perfection. Sayer able to put that one in the open space, and Tar Heels need to do a better job of trying to close out that middle section.
Back set over to Smith. Elia Rubin. The
And she has just made that net higher and higher for North Carolina. You know, you just can't get it past her.
Serve is long. Carolina now to double digits. They still trail by 6. That's the thing about Elia Rubin. She's got 5 blocks on the night. She's only hitting 200. Still has 10 kills, by the way. The standard's incredibly high for the All-American. Cute. No matter what. You to Andrew. Big time dig from May. Here's Pierce. Gets the touch. Dug up by Pringle. Rubin. Soft. The pancake from May. They're going to say it fell. The point goes to the Cardinal. Back to a 7-point lead.
Addie May just no cigar on that dig attempt there. Man, and
great effort, right?
Yeah, it was very close. I mean, like, she met with the ball right at she had to go down for it. Oh, and here comes trouble.
Jordan Harvey back at the service line. Back set Thorpe, but she'll put it over. Diving is Harvey to keep it alive for the Cardinal. Barrett over to Thorpe again. Pringle keeps it going. Rubin tools the block. The Cardinal once again.
Minute that Jordan Harvey was going to come back on the floor, something amazing was going to happen, and Elia Rubin continuing to do her job as the setter there on the outside hit. But Jordan Harvey, I mean, be careful, because like wait until they start to rotate and she gets up to the front. It might be game over for the Tar Heels.
Rubin now hitting 259, Harvey 583, still leading the way with 14 kills in this one. 8-12, so not more in the hitting percentage this set, but still over 800 for the Stanford Cardinal, and they're holding North Carolina to 167. It's tough to win a set when you've got that big of a differential.
Absolutely, and we got to give a lot of credit to how the attack line for Stanford has been producing in this set alone. Just knowing what is got to take for North Carolina to get a point across. It feels like when you have players like Lizzie Andrew, or when you have at the front, the way that they are set up, it's like the net it becomes 30 feet higher than it has to be for the Tar Heels to try to get one over. But you know, you just think what needs to be done as far as the set plays that Mike Shaw is going to have to draw up to try to get this 8-point deficit erased is going to take a whole lot for them to stay in it.
Stanford's done a nice job of keeping Sophie Hampton fairly quiet tonight. She's hitting in the negative. 5 kills and 8 digs. She had a double-double against Pitt in the 5 sets of 14 kills, 11 digs. Tied her career high with 22 kills with SMU. Has been fairly quiet tonight. And there's Thorpe with another kill, who's been leading the way.
Well,
Tar Heels trying to chip away.
Well, I got myself a gift.
Yeah. We've gotten a few over here today. 11 to serve 18 here as Julia Bollinger back to serve. There's Rubin off the block. Harvey keeps it alive. Rubin again. Little shot. Back to Hampton. Harvey handles it. Over to Andrew. The dig from Bollinger. Well placed. A dozen kills and a dozen points now in the third set for North Carolina.
Thorpe just had 3 Cardinal players dive on the floor at the same time, and not one of them could get it. Wow, what a set there on that play by Chelsea Thorpe. Just a little touch, able to get the soft kill.
We'll change it up a little bit.
And I don't mean that metaphorically. Kill the way that they had to chase after it.
And the service error here will give control back over to Stanford. They still lead 19-12. Rubin at the line. There's Thorpe. Off the block. Setting up for Hampton. Lizzie Andrew. Once again, her tonight.
Are you sure she's a sophomore?
It doesn't seem like it, does it?
Because Lizzie Andrew has just been showing so much experience right at that attack line, just going up for the blocks, and man, what a run that she has kept it going here. And
great effort to keep it in play from Behrens, but the Tar Heels run out of room.
Zoe Barrett running over to our table, just trying to keep that one in, but able to get these points easily. It feels like they haven't really had to do a lot. Try to tally it up.
Here's Hampton. She'll get it. Starting to get going. That's kill number 6.
Good momentum play by Sophie Hampton. Able to set up there on the left. Referee, he can't miss that one. He was right in front of it.
We talked about it. She's top 10 in the ACC coming into this in kills per set. They can get her going. That's how they'll stay in this, but they got a little while to climb. There's Andrew. Joust at the net. Back set to Harvey. Dug up by Barrett. Here's Hampton again. Cross court. Washov softly over. Back set. Here's Thorpe at the tip. That's going to go out of play, so Carolina wins the rally. They needed that.
Chelsea Thorpe once again with some Lauren Hill, killing them softly. I mean, you just got to love the way that she's able to have those tip kills, not using a lot, too much. As much as you can get up to the front, that's all she has to do.
Aaron Curtis was in to serve. The service error will give it back over to Stanford. They're up by 8, 22-14. Just 3 points away from a potential top 15 sweep here at home to kick off the 5-match homestand at Maples.
Not to mention extending Stanford's.
Here's Coco Kirsch. Over to Thorpe, but she's shut down. They'll reset for Hampton. Tries to find the floor. Miscommunication on the set. Free ball opportunity for the Tar Heels. Shutter. Here's Yu. She'll get the kill. Taylor Yu. Now the 1 kill.
You can see there, Stanford learned their lesson. They try to close in at the front and the middle, especially knowing what Chelsea Thorpe has been doing to them. But you can see they were in the right spot there, and it just continues to showcase how effective they can be when they're up there on the attack line.
Here's Hampton. Ashov. Harvey keeps it going at the net. Stanford survives. Here's Sayer. Reset the back set. Thorpe at the tip. She continues to read those opportunities beautifully.
Man, Chelsea Thorpe, I gotta say, it does not take a lot for her to get those kills. Stanford has just been getting dominated on the soft tips that she has been displaying. And they gotta be thanking the volleyball gods that she has to hit the charger.
Kaza with the serve. Back set to Sayer. Shut down. Hampton and Shutter both right there.
There at the net, Lauren Shutter meeting everybody, able to put up the 2 hands. Solid elevation. Hopefully it could be some motivation for North Carolina.
Shutter, the reigning ACC Defensive Player of the Week as well. She had 18 blocks, averaged 1.8 blocks per set, 15 digs. Tied for the best in program history with 13 against Pitt. Service error right here creates the last chance for Carolina. It's match point as the Cardinal lead 24-16. Taylor Yu. Back set over to Smith. Goes long. Taylor, you know it. Her at the line. They punch that final ticket to get the sweep. 25-16 here in the third set. The top 15 matchup goes to number 5 Stanford over the number 15 North Carolina Tar Heels.
Yeah, Jenna, it was light work tonight for Stanford. You know, they really just to the cleaners in this one. I saw solid performances all around by everybody, and of course we can't deny the performance that we saw by Jordan Harvey, ending out the night with 14 kills, a hit percentage of 560. I mean, she was just on it, and so was Elia Rubin with 12 herself, both of them combining for 26. And what a performance that we had. Stanford closing it out with 44 kills, about 11 shy of their season high. So North Carolina, they kind of had to find some motivation, but couldn't get it in the end. Good night there by Chelsea Thorpe, but just wasn't enough to seal the deal.
Lizzie Andrew also leading the way with 9 blocks on the match, a total of 13. They outblocked the ACC leading blockers 13-6 tonight. They out-hit them 333-114 as well. The Stanford Cardinal continue their dominant run at Maples Pavilion. 109th win to just 13 losses at Maples under head coach Kevin Hambley. The Cardinal improved to 21-3 and 12-1 in the ACC. North Carolina 17-5 overall and 10-3 in the ACC. The implications there in the top couple of spots, that's a big-time win for the Cardinal.
And glad you mentioned it, Jenna, as, you know, pulling up the ACC standings for where they are now. Stanford are back tied for first with Pitt. And, you know, for Louisville, you know, they're trying to stay in the hunt. North Carolina, this loss really hurts them, falling to 10-3. Now, got Miami and SMU right there in the middle. But for Stanford, they're going to welcome in Duke tomorrow. And Duke, they're at the, they're kind of at the doorstep of the basement in the ACC. So it should be a pretty good match for them. But for North Carolina, they're going to head across the bay on Sunday to see Cal, another team that's kind of at that range bottom. But Stanford trying to fight to the top. And
these matches getting them ready for what's to come in the home stretch of the ACC. Stanford will also host Pitt and SMU, both ranked in the top 10 next weekend. And then North Carolina continues their ACC run against the Virginia schools after Cal. So with that, the sweep for the Stanford Cardinal, 25-22, 25-17. To round this one out, Stanford owning the all-time record against North Carolina now 4-1, and they get the win in top 15 matchup fashion in the first time ever meeting these two teams here at Stanford. Well, thank you all for joining us here for one of the best ACC matches that we were looking forward to and circled on the calendar. On behalf of our entire crew, my partner saying so long from Stanford. Come back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific for the Cardinal to take on the Blue Devils.